Hi, welcome to my channel Handmade in Marbella. My name's Jeanette and today I'm going to show you how to make a granny square. The first thing you need to do, of course, is to choose your yarn and hook. And if you've never crocheted before, I recommend using an acrylic yarn in either a double knit or an Aran weight and using the appropriate hook. So I'm going to use the double knit, and the hook size according to the label is 4mm. So you take your hook and your yarn, and the first thing you need to do is to make a slip knot. So you, with the short end to your left and the long end in your right hand, wind it around your finger to make a circle. And then the long end needs to go behind the circle. And then with your hook, you pull it through. Then you just tighten it on your hook. Not too tight, because then you won't be able to move your hook through to make the stitches. Once you have that, you take the long end of the thread and grip it in your hand. So find a comfortable way to hold it so you make a tension here. I hold the hook in the knife hold. Some people hold it in a pencil hold. You have to find which is the most comfortable for you. Then with your slip knot, then the first thing you're going to do is make a chain. So you're holding some tension on your yarn, not too tight or else you won't be able to move it, but some tension. You take up the yarn with your hook, twist it around and pull it through the slip knot you made. And that is your first chain. Then you just repeat. Take the yarn, twist it around through the last stitch. Now 2 chains, and repeat the process. Don't pull it too tight, because if you pull this too tight, you won't be able to get the hook through. If you're pulling too tight here, this will just get jammed and you'll never get through. So just relax a little bit. Make a little, don't make it so big that it's all loopy. With just a little bit of looseness, twist, and then you can pull through. Now for a granny square, we just need those 4 chains. But if you want to get a little bit of practice first, to get the rhythm with the yarn and the hook, just keep going for a while. And then when you're ready, pause the video, and when you're ready, come back and we'll carry on with the granny square. So to make the granny square, we need the 4 chains to start, and then we need to make that into a circle for the beginning of the granny square. So you take your hook and put it into the first chain that we made. So you notice there's three loops. There's the V on the front, and then there's another loop on the back. So when you put your hook in, you need to put it above the bottom loop here. So you end up with 1 loop below and 2 above. And then you yarn over hook and pull it through. And then you'll be able to see this is the beginning of the circle. Pull that same loop through the loop that was on your hook already. And you can see it's not very big, but you have a tiny hole in the center. That's where you're going to work your stitches. First of all, we do 3 chains. 1, 2, 3. And then in this hole, we're going to do the first treble crochet. That's a UK treble. In the US, it's called a double crochet. With UK, it's called a treble crochet. As we're crocheting around this circle, we're going to crochet over the short tail that we started with. So just keep it next to your work. So the first treble, yarn over hook, the hook into the center hole, yarn over hook again and pull through a loop. You now have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over hook again and pull through the first 2 loops. Yarn over hook again and pull through the last 2 loops. And that is your first treble crochet. Now we need another one in the same space. So yarn over hook, hook through the center of the circle, yarn over hook, pull through, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over hook, pull through the first 2 loops, yarn over hook, pull through the last 2 loops. We now have essentially 3 trebles. The first one was created by the 3 chains, and then we created 3 proper trebles. That's one side of the square. Now we make 2 chains for the corner, and then we're going to make another 3 trebles for the next side of the square. So yarn over hook, hook through the center of the circle, yarn over hook, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over hook, pull through the first 2 loops. Now there's 2 loops, yarn over hook, pull through the last 2 loops. And there we have the first treble of the second side. Then we repeat, yarn over hook into the center of the circle, yarn over hook, pull through, yarn over hook, pull through the first 2 loops, yarn over hook, pull through the last 2 loops. Then 1 more treble, yarn over hook, hook into the center of the circle, yarn over hook, pull through, yarn over hook, pull through the first 2 loops, yarn over hook, pull through the last 2 loops. We now have 3 more treble stitches. Then 2 chains for the corner, 1, 2. Now for the third side of your square, 3 more trebles. Yarn over hook, hook through the center, yarn over hook, pull through the first 2 stitches, yarn over hook, pull through the last 2 stitches or loops, and repeat. Yarn over hook into the circle, yarn over hook, pull through, yarn over hook, pull through the first 2 loops, yarn over hook, pull through the last 2 loops. And one more time, yarn over hook into the center circle, yarn over hook, pull through, yarn over hook, pull through 2 loops, yarn over hook, pull through the last 2 loops. And that's the third side of your square. Doesn't look very square yet, but it will be. 2 chains for the corner, 1, 2. Now the final side of the square, 3 more trebles. Yarn over hook into the center, yarn over hook, pull through, yarn over hook, pull through the first 2 loops, yarn over hook, pull through the last 2 loops, and repeat. Yarn over hook, hook into the center, yarn over hook, pull through, yarn over hook, pull through the first 2 loops, yarn over hook, pull through the last 2 loops. And one more, yarn over hook into the center, yarn over hook through the first 2 loops, yarn over hook through the last 2 loops. Now, you can see now we have 4 sides, 3 corners, and we need to make the 4th corner. Now we need to join to the beginning of the first stitch to create the final corner. And we're not going to do chains this time, because if we do chains, we end up having to start from this point, and we don't want to start from this point. We want to start actually from the corner. So the easiest way to do that is to do a half treble. It's very similar to a full treble, a normal treble. So I'll show you. And we need to put it in the 3rd chain that we made. So 1, 2, there's the 3rd chain. So yarn over hook into the chain. A bit tricky. Make sure you go through the stitch, not around it. Through the stitch. Yarn over hook, pull back through. Just like a normal treble, you have 3 loops on your hook. But this time, instead of going through 2 loops and then 2 loops, we're going to go through all 3 at the same time. So yarn over hook, pull through all 3 loops. And now we are right on the corner, ready to start the 2nd round of the granny square. This hole in the middle, you can tighten up just by pulling the tail you crochet over. You just give it a tug, it pulls up the hole, and then later we'll stitch that so that it holds closed. So, for the 2nd round, we need to turn over the square because we're going to go back in the other direction on the other side. So first of all, 3 chains. 1, 2, 3, which is the start of the next treble. Turn around, and then we're going to do 3 trebles in this first corner. This counts as the first treble, so we just need to do 2 more. Yarn over, in the space, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And then 1 more, yarn over, through the space, yarn over, pull through, yarn over through 2 loops, yarn over through 2 loops. This is the first treble cluster on the second side, which is half the corner. We're going to come back and finish the corner at the end, so we need to jump now to the next corner. First of all, 3 trebles. Yarn over, hook, in the corner space. Yarn over, hook, pull through 2, yarn over, hook, pull through 2. Exactly the same as we've been doing on the previous round. Yarn over, hook, in the space, yarn over, hook, yarn over through 2, yarn over through 2. 1 more treble. There's your first treble of the corner. Now we need to create the corner like we did on the first round. 2 chains. And then in that same corner space, 3 more trebles. Yarn over, in the space, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Another one, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over in the space, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now we now have a corner, 3 trebles, 2 chains, 3 trebles. Now go to the next corner, do the same thing again. Yarn over, hook through the space, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Same again, yarn over in the space, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. 1 more time. 2 chains to create the corner. 3 more trebles in the same space. Okay, this next corner completed. Keep pulling it into a square so you can see exactly what you're doing. And then we're going into the third corner. Same again, 3 trebles. Two chains to make the corner, and 3 more trebles. Okay, now we're back to the final corner where we started. We did the first 3 trebles already, but we only have half a corner. This is your corner space. We need to put 3 trebles in this space. Then, like we did on the first round, when we get to the end, we need to join this final corner, not by 2 chains, but by a half treble. And then it needs to go in the third chain, which is this one. So yarn over, hook, in through the chain, it's a bit tricky. Yarn, pull through. We have 3 loops, pull through all 3 loops so that you end up exactly on the corner. And there we have the second round of the granny square. So for the third round of the granny square, you just repeat 3 chains and turn. And we're going to do the same, but this time, of course, we don't just have corners. Now we have an extra loop extra space on each side. So you start the corner with 3 trebles. The first one is by the 3 chains, so 2 more trebles. Okay, so that's the first part of that corner. We'll come back and finish it when we get to the end. Now in the space on the side, we do 3 trebles. Exactly the same as on the other spaces. 3 trebles. In the corner space, 3 trebles, 2 chains, 3 trebles, just like the previous corners. Chains, 3 more trebles. Again, in the space on the side, 3 trebles. Next you have a corner again, so 3 trebles, 2 chains, 3 trebles in this space. Now we have another space on the side. The corner's not till here, so this is a side space. 3 trebles. Then we get to the corner. 3 trebles, 2 chains, 3 trebles. 3 trebles. 1, 2, 3, 2 chains, 3 trebles, then we have another side space, 3 trebles. And then finally, this is the corner that we already put 3 trebles in at the beginning. So we need 3 trebles in that corner space to complete the corner. And then finally to finish, we need a half treble in the 3rd chain. Yarn over into the chain. Missed into the chain, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 3 so that you're right on the corner. And that's it. That's how you make a granny square. And you just keep going every row. At the end of you start with the 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, turn over. And then you're going to make 2 more trebles to make the 3 trebles on that corner for the first part of that corner. And then you go all the way around the same. I mean, this time now you have 2 side spaces. So 3 trebles in each side space. Then you get to the corner, 3 trebles, 2 chains, 3 trebles. Then you have two more side spaces all the way around, just the same, till you get to the end, finishing up with 2 side spaces with 3 trebles in each, 3 trebles in the final corner space, and finish with a half treble to create the corner. And every row is the same, just each one you'll have 1 extra side space each time, and you can keep going as large as you like. So when your square is as large as you would like it to be, we need to just finish off the corner. So I've done the final half treble. Then we need to do 1 chain. Then take your scissors and cut with a little bit of length. And then just pull. Makes a knot, and that's all finished off. Now the only thing left to do then is to sew in the threads. So with your large-eyed needle, we need to find somewhere to hide it. We don't want to spoil the stitches. So for something like this, I would go in here, in this chain, just through the stitches, so you can't see on either side, through the stitches until you come out here, pull it through. Make sure you don't pull the corner too tight and deform it. And then you can don't go straight back in where you came out of. You need to jump over a thread and then go through here and through here. And then come back again the same way, again jumping over a thread first, pull through. And as long as you've gone in about 3 different directions, pull it so you've pulled it through, but not overly tight so that you're deforming the stitches. Take your scissors and cut close. Obviously don't put your stitches, but cut close to the edge. And that's the end sewn in, and that's not going to fall apart. Then you need your center, the one you pulled in the center, because you stitched over, it already has a knot, a slip knot, and you've stitched over it already, so it's already fairly secure, but I wouldn't cut it off just yet. Give it a bit of a tug to pull that hole in as tight as you can. Then put your needle on. And then just go back over those stitches a little bit, not into the under the first one, because you'll just pull that thread back through. Jump over the first one, and then just put a couple of stitches in, 2 or 3 stitches. For absolute security, go back the other way, and then you should be quite safe. Again, cut it close to your work, but taking care not to cut any stitches. And there we have a completed granny square, ready to join or to whatever you want to do with it. I forgot to mention why I turn the square on every round. Not everybody does that, but I find on a larger square, if you don't turn it, then the middle tends to shift ever so slightly. So it doesn't look, the square is not quite square. But if you turn on every round, by the time you finish, the square is completely square at all stages. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the subscribe button, and hopefully I'll see you again soon.